Welcome to the Clark Township Planning Board meeting, Thursday, January 8th, 2026. In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by mailing the annual schedule of meetings to the Star Ledger, Union County Local Source, Union County Hawk, and Tappan to Clark by posting such annual meeting schedule on the bulletin board in Town Hall reserved for such announcements, and by proper filing of said notice with the Township Clerk. Formal action may be taken at this meeting. This meeting is a judicial proceeding. Any questions or comments must be limited to issues that are relevant to what the board may legally consider in reaching a decision, and decorum appropriate to a judicial hearing must be maintained at all times. I'm going to call attendance. Mayor Albanese. Mr. Ulrich.
Here.
Councilman Minetti. Mr. Koch.
Here.
Mr. Altman. Mr. Steinberg.
Here.
Mr. Gribb.
Here.
Mr. Gronkowski. Mr. Gersner.
Here.
Mr. Cecil.
Here.
Mr. Fisher. Here. Mr. O'Connor. Okay. We stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we're going to start the meeting with requests for election of chairman. Do I have any nominations?
I nominate Kevin Koch.
Any other nominations? A second?
Second.
You second, Eric?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll take roll call. Mr. Ulrich?
Yes.
Mr. Koch?
Yes.
Mr. Steinberg?
Yes.
Mr. Gribb?
Yes.
Mr. Gersner?
Yes.
Mr. Cecil?
Yes.
Okay, Kevin, congratulations.
Thank you. Election of vice chairman. I nominate Lance as our vice chairman. Any other nominations?
Second?
Second.
Okay. Mr. Ulrich?
Yes.
Mr. Koch?
Yes.
Mr. Steinberg?
Yes.
Mr. Gribb?
Yes.
Mr. Gersner?
Yes.
Mr. Cecil?
Yes.
Congratulations, Lance.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
We need a motion to appoint Donna Mazuka as board secretary. I make that motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Who seconded?
It was a tie between Lance and Bill.
Okay. Mr. Ulrich?
Yes.
Mr. Koch?
Yes.
Mr. Steinberg?
Yes.
Mr. Gribb?
Yes.
Mr. Gersner?
Yes.
Mr. Cecil?
Yes.
Professional appointments. All professional appointments are made pursuant to a fair and open process, and submissions have been reviewed by the Township in compliance with NJSA 19:44A-20.5. Motion to appoint Alex Fisher as a board attorney. I make that motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Lance, thank you.
Mr. Ulrich?
Yes.
Mr. Koch?
Yes.
Mr. Steinberg?
Yes.
Mr. Gribb?
Yes.
Mr. Gersner?
Yes.
Mr. Cecil?
Yes.
You're welcome. Congratulations. Welcome aboard. I make a motion. Next is appointment of Rich O'Connor as Township engineer as the board engineer. I make a motion to appoint Rich O'Connor as our board engineer. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Matt.
Mr. Ulrich?
Yes.
Mr. Koch?
Yes.
Mr. Steinberg?
Yes.
Mr. Gribb?
Yes.
Mr. Gersner?
Yes.
Mr. Cecil?
Yes.
Appointment of Paul Rickey, Township planner, as board planner. I make a motion to appoint Paul Rickey as our board planner. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Lance.
Mr. Ulrich?
Yes.
Mr. Koch?
Yes.
Mr. Steinberg?
Yes.
Mr. Gribb?
Yes.
Mr. Gersner?
Yes.
Mr. Cecil?
Yes.
Correspondence. All correspondence is available at Township Hall for the public to review or to look at. As such, I make a motion to dispense with the reading. Do I have a second?
Second.
Is it you, Matt?
Yep.
Thank you, Matt. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carries. Okay, site plan application memorialization, Clark Broadway Associates, 52 Westwood Avenue, Block 105, lots 1.01, 2, 21, 22, and 26.01. Has everyone had a chance to review this? Any questions, any comments, any discussions? As such, I make a motion to approve the memorialization. Do I have a second?
Second.
Who second? Bill? Okay. Mr. Ulrich?
Yes.
Mr. Koch?
Yes.
Mr. Steinberg?
Yes.
Mr. Gribb?
Yes.
Mr. Gerstner?
Yes.
Mr. Cecil?
Yes.
Site plan application memorialization for Supriya Samit LLC, 175-181 Westfield Avenue, Block 77, lots 2 and 4. Do I have a motion to approve this?
Motion. Second.
Who made the motion? Eric? Mr. Ulrich?
Yes.
Mr. Koch?
Yes.
Mr. Steinberg?
Yes.
Mr. Gribb?
Yes.
Mr. Gerstner?
Yes.
Mr. Cecil?
Yes.
Okay, application memorialized.
Okay, public session. The public may come forward before the board to discuss any matters they wish. I make a motion to open to the public. Do I have a second?
Second.
Did you, Matt? Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? If not, anyone from the public wishing to come forward to discuss matters with the town planning board,
Hi, yes.
please state your name and address.
Sure, Eric Rodriguez, 12 Bertel. So with respect to the 175, 181, what was in the memorialized resolution?
Yes.
Yeah, what were the terms particularly?
What do you mean, the terms?
Well, I mean, there are outstanding issues with the property with respect to the trees. Okay, so when can I see it?
You can either open it, or I'm not sure if...
Yeah, yeah. Mhm. Okay, sure, thanks. Oh, and what is the comment period on it?
There's no, it's been approved.
Okay, well,
Comments were at the meeting that was held 2 months ago. Anyone else wishing to come forward, please do so. State your name and address.
David Stebbins, 14 Bartell Place, and I don't know, maybe I can save some time. So I'm not allowed to comment on anything on 175, 181.
Anything you'd like to discuss before the board?
Okay. My first question is, just so I know where I stand here, I don't want to waste anybody's time. Sure. Whose interest does the board represent? I've never been before this board, and I'm unfamiliar with the process, so my question is, whose interest does the board represent?
The townships.
Township meaning the government, the township government, or the town meaning the community as a whole?
That's one and the same. The township government is elected by the community therefore is being represented by the planning board as well as the government.
Okay, so as a member of the community, my interests are represented by the board, correct?
Excuse me, you're what?
My interests are represented by the board, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Just by way of, just to give you an idea who I am, 56 years I've lived in Clark, 36 years at this address at 14 Bartell Place. During that time, I've raised 2 children here in Clark. One child still lives in Clark and raising 2 grandchildren. So to say that I'm invested in Clark, both financially and emotionally, that'd be an understatement. So I have a lot at stake here. My property is adjacent to the project that's involved here. And the board is the board is requiring myself and the other single-family residents adjacent to this project to make certain sacrifices. I'm not sure if those sacrifices are, that the board is aware of those sacrifices. Now, I know that the board has a difficult job. I acknowledge that. There's a lot of pressure on the board for affordable housing requirements, to generate income and mixed-use development. I understand that completely, and I acknowledge that. My concern is that in this particular project, which is a little different than some of the other projects, this was a project that formerly had a single-family wood frame, 1.5-story building on it, which was residential, surrounded by 20 to 40-foot trees. It's being replaced with half-acre of asphalt topped with 36 feet 10 inches of concrete, metal, and glass in the form of a apartment house. That substantially changes the character of that neighborhood, and certainly my property. This property is 60 feet away from my property line, this project. So I don't know, in previous meetings, any of the discussions that were made, none of it really centered around things that would mitigate some of the negative impact that this has on the single-family residences. And the reason I bring up single-family residences is because the redevelopment plan for this project, the relevant goals and objectives, relevant meaning they were relevant to the master plan, includes the maintaining of this single-family residential character of Clark. Now, I'm not sure why that was mentioned in there, because it's not mentioned anywhere else in the redevelopment plan. I'm guessing that it was relevant in the sense that this project fails that goal, because there's the other two goals they certainly satisfy. I can read those for you if you'd like, but I'm sure you know what they are. So my concern is that there was a lack of, I'm willing to give the board the benefit of the doubt and say that it was a lack of general awareness as to what affects rather than apathy. I would have that confidence in the board that that's maybe what it is. So as far as the sacrifices that I'm being, like I said, not asked to, I'm being told that I have to make, there's going to be an increase in the amount of activity on that property. That goes without saying. Cars, people, deliveries, garbage trucks, things like that. With that is going to be the increase in the amount of noise associated with those activities, as well as any kind of mechanicals.
Not to cut you off, but there was a hearing several months ago. Did you attend that hearing? Because there was lively debate about a lot of the issues you've brought up.
The only notice I got was for I couldn't make the November 6th meeting, and that was the only notice I got. I have never received any notice. In the past 5 years, the only notices I've ever received in the mail were for the November 6th meeting and for the another property, unrelated, the one where the
At the November 6th meeting, I believe the attorney discussed the continuation of that to a later date. A meeting was held, discussions occurred, and we just passed a resolution formalizing and approving what was discussed that night. I'm not exactly, I hear this frustration in you, but I'm not exactly where you're going with this because...
Okay, I'll summarize, okay? I'll make it easy for you. There was literally no discussion of any kind of landscaping or screening required or requested by the board. The only time that screening or landscaping came up was when Mr. Rodriguez told the board that there were some trees cut down by the applicant that were on his property, some very tall trees that would have lent to more screening of the property. That's my concern. My concern is that there is not enough attention being given to minimizing the visual impact of the buildings. So,
not to cut you off again, but there was discussion about screening, the fencing, the flowers, the bushes being planted, the number of bushes. They were all on the plans that were provided to the township and the board, following the regulations that we require. So,
are those? I saw some of the proposed plans. It was for trees and bushes that were 3 to 4 feet high,
I
It was for a
understand your frustration that a two-story building is going up, and we're talking about a 6-foot fence and a 6-foot bush.
Correct.
What about the other 10 feet? That's, hopefully, the things will grow as time goes by and soften it. Unfortunately, like you said earlier, this area was created as a district for affordable housing, and basically the only way to create enough housing was to increase the density of the area. And that's why we're getting,
And I understand it. I understand it's, 2 stories with the, 3 stories with the 13 units. I get that. I'm not complaining about the project itself. My issue is with the lack of interest and regard for the surrounding single-family residential properties, which have to look at this because it's substantially changed. Mr. Koch, if somebody cut down all the trees at the back of your yard, and you had to look at Hillcrest Village, and Hillcrest Village was 3 stories instead of 2, and 20 feet closer to your property line, do you think that had a significant impact on the way you view your property and the way you enjoy your property?
I butt up to the apartments, and I look at 2-story apartments all the time. I bought the property knowing that was there. I understand what you're saying.
Right. When I bought my property 36 years ago, there was a viable single-family residence at that property surrounded by trees. Right now, there's no trees. I'm looking at an empty lot. So I'm going to have a 3-story building basically towering over my slice of heaven that I have in my backyard.
Chairman, could I address him?
Sure.
Okay. The township has a tree ordinance, and as part of that tree ordinance, based on the number of trees, the breast height diameter that's been taken down, they have to replace those trees. So on the property, based on the number of trees that they took down, including the trees over by Mr. Rodriguez's property, there is approximately 14, maybe 15 trees that need to go back. And we are in the process of, and this is something that's going to be as part of compliance with all of the ordinances, we're going to come back and tell them where the trees need to be and make sure that they comply with the township ordinance. And the township ordinance is actually based off a state ordinance, so it's not something that we made up that's different from any other ordinance throughout the state. So that's what they're going to comply with. There's special species of trees that they need to have. It restricts the number, the diameter of the trees based on the size of the trees that were taken down and the number of trees that need to replace that. So that's all going to be part of the compliance plan. I know Mr. Rodriguez has been in discussions. I've had 2 discussions, actually 3, one on the phone, about the situation, and we are working with him to, come up with a tree plan. Unfortunately, the applicant and Mr. Rodriguez could not come up with an agreement prior to this meeting, and in the end, it is up to the shade tree director, which is also me, to determine what trees are going to be there. So that's how this is all going to be determined in the end.
And that's fine. I just ask that you take into consideration, if you plant a tree that grows a foot per year, I'll be in the ground before those things even block part of my view. It's nice that everybody has their thing going in their own family, in their own home and stuff like that, but until it happens like to you, it doesn't really matter. So, if you're wondering why the first Thursday every month, it seems like the villagers are breaking out the pitchforks and torches, this is one of the reasons why, because it gives the perception in these projects, not just this one, but other ones, that the board doesn't support people like me, the single-family homeowner. Like I said, this happens to be a little different because you're really adjacent to single-family homes. A&P is not going to be adjacent to single-family homes. They're going to be across the street, things like that. That's been a building like that for years. This is a complete change in the whole character of my property and that immediate neighborhood. And that's worth something. And I think it's worth the consideration of the board to say, hey, how can we mitigate this negative impact on these 5 homes or 6 homes? How do we do that? What tools do we have? And I think one of the tools is landscaping, proper landscaping. If this was a non-residential property, there's code that says, hey, you have to put, the word is extensive landscaping to minimize the visual impact of that building. It's right in the code. Now, that applies to non-residential, of which part of this project is non-residential. Am I correct?
Yes.
So all I ask is that when they're considering what's going to happen moving forward, in addition to whatever Mr. Rodriguez has, because his property is only part of the whole entire property line, that you make that consideration. And that's really, what I came here to say is, hey, this is what the impact is going to be, and what is the board, what can they do, or what are they willing to do?
Appreciate your comments, and trust that the board, first, we have to follow certain rules and regulations set down to make sure it fits in with and complies with the ordinances that govern it. If the public does come forward, we try our best to accommodate them. I forget the street, there was a recent development where they were splitting a single lot into two and creating two houses, and people came forward and had questions, and we worked with the public as well as the developer to satisfy the people. There was a driveway involved, and that was rectified. So we try to take into account as best we can at public comments that come before us.
And I understand that you have certain constraints, but you also have some leeway. You also have, you can put stipulation and requirements on things, especially if it's not specifically enumerated in a code or an ordinance. So I know that, there's some leeway in what you can do. And I just wanted to make you aware, so now you are aware. And I'm not by myself on this. I may be the only one here, or Mr. Rodriguez here, but it's going to affect, 3 or 4 properties around there that we're used to having a treed lot next to them where they, they didn't have to really worry about what was on that property, and now, it's totally different. It's a totally different situation. I have a nice backyard with a built-in pool and a whole, that's where I spend all of my time. And now, I'm never probably going to be able to enjoy it the same way that I have for the past 15 years. And that's a shame. And I think that the board can at least take some measures to mitigate that and to lighten the blow a little for the single-family homeowners in the adjacent to this project. So, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your comments. Anyone else wishing to come forward?
The only other comment I wanted to make is that I hope within your resolution that there is some incentive for them to not stonewall in meeting the requirements for a landscape architect and actually negotiating in good faith. So that was my only other comment. Thank you.
Seeing no one else come forward, I make a motion closed to the public. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. New business, Eurotime LLC, 223 Westwood Avenue, Block 17, Lot 11 and 12. This is about a retroactive extension of Eurotime LLC application in accordance with allowances of the municipal land use law for the applicant to request an extension of any final site plan approval under NJSA 40:55D-52. Counselor?
Yes, good evening, Mr. Chairman and board members. Great to see you. Happy New Year, and thank you for your continued hard work. Yes, Stephen Hale, representing Eurotime LLC. We were here before the board a couple of years ago. Again, the property located at 223 Westfield Avenue received approval for a project, mixed-use project, approximately 3,300 square feet of commercial use and 3 residential units. Cardozo is here with me. He testified at the previous hearing.
This is, just for clarification, this is the property next to the CVS?
Yes.
And between the funeral and follow, just so
Yeah.
anybody in the public
Yeah.
would
So
know.
we did receive, and we did send a letter to the board requesting this extension retroactive. We received, just by way of update, Rich O'Connor's letter of September 12th of last year outlining any requirements that were needed to get moving on the project. The only item that we did not have, and since that time, Mr. Cardozo has posted, I think Jimmy's posted all the necessary bonds and is ready to get going on construction. And we're just waiting on County Planning Board. We did have some family issues which delayed proceeding on this, but he's, if he could start tomorrow, he would. But as soon as we get the county approval, we'll submit that to Clark and to Mr. O'Connor. I think we just have to tweak some stuff with the water flows with Rich, but Jose is going to work on that with him. And I just did go over with Jose also, and to council, and welcome, Mr. Fisher. All of the conditions that are outlined in the resolution on pages 8, 9, and 10 of that November 3rd, 2023 resolution, we acknowledge are still in full force and effect and will be complied with. So look forward to this project moving forward.
Have you applied to the County Planning Board yet?
Yes. Yeah, we did last month, and their turnaround is fairly quick. It's usually
It was a holiday.
30 days. Yeah.
So you're expecting their approval in short order?
Yes, and I think the extension is, let me just take a quick look at the draft reso. Until November of this year, but again, so they confirm he wants to get going immediately. So just want to give ourselves some flexibility dealing with outside agencies.
So you expect to break ground
I'll let
spring, summer?
As soon as we can get approvals for it, we're ready to go. Our finances are straight. As soon as we can get approvals, we will start.
Is there anything else, Counselor?
No, that's it. Thank you very much.
Does anyone else on the board have questions, comments? Okay, I make a motion to grant the extension. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Take a roll call. Take a roll call.
Yes.
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 Great. Thank you very much. And I think the resolution would then also be adopted this evening, I think, Alex? That's fine. Okay, we'll touch
It's really
base.
just a discussion because we need the county approval first. So it should probably happen next month.
No problem. As soon as we get that, you know you'll have it. So thank you very much and have a great night. And welcome, Alex.
Thank you.
Old business. Is there any old business discussion? No? Okay, our next meeting will be February 5th, back to the first Thursday of the month, followed by March 5th and April 2nd. I make a motion to adjourn the meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Lance. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Meeting's closed.